face. I mean, I can touch it, but I can't feel it inside.
I ain't scared of you, mother.
Silence! Silence!
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Giving you the real surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. News, updates, rumors, transactions, takes, and more. So strap up, Cowboys Nation, and start your day off with your host, Skywalker Steele.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Good morning, good people. Welcome to the Skywalker Morning Show. We're streaming live on YouTube. And of course, I am your host, Will Skywalker Steele. Man, I done forgot where I was at. Let me act like I've been here before. Let me act like I've been here. Actually,
Let's go!
Shotty BTA. You heard me? Shotty BTA. I'm not hearing nothing. None of these Philly fans or Cowboy doubters, some of them are Cowboy fans, have to say after yesterday's game. Nothing. Let me calm down. I'm sorry. I've been waiting to get this. Y'all, dog, I almost broke my finger yesterday. I might have. I don't know. I got to go to the doctors. My thumb is all bruised up. Me and my son created a fantastic memory yesterday watching that game. And, you know, let me calm down, man. I get really excited into this thing because I hate, and I don't hate a lot of things, but y'all know this. I hate that team in Philly. It is forever the Eagles. Every single time. I don't care the record. I don't care the time of year. I don't care if we're 0-7, 16, and they are 16-0. What you see from him back there in Des Bryant embodies how I feel about this rivalry, if you will. And for me, this is like war in a sense, right? art of war, if you will. Let me just say that because I don't want to disrespect any veterans or what have you, but that's just how I feel when it comes to this team. Just flat out. Like I said, I don't care about the records. I don't care about how good that team is or how much the Cowboys may be struggling. It doesn't matter. And the Cowboys went out there and on that battlefield, fought, scrapped, faced adversity, and pulled it off. In the midst of all the chaos that they created on their own, let's be real, right? Fumbles, penalties, drops, interception, not getting any point. Even the best kicker in the world, Craig, couldn't kick what is a gimme for him. But in the midst of all of that, they found the opportunity. They found it. And I think that was led by or sparked by this Cowboys defense. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cowboys defense has come alive. And they kept the Cowboys offense in this game. Something we've been talking about all year. Just give the offense a chance. No matter how much they're struggling, it's too potent. It's too potent to keep them down for 4 quarters. And in the midst of that chaos, the opportunity was found because of that defense. You know something else that was funny? See, in the art of war, it says attack the enemy where they are unprepared. For whatever reason, Landon Dickerson comes out and he says, hey, we weren't prepared for their odd man looks. They threw something different at us. We haven't seen the 5-man fronts. Sound like a you problem, Landon, because it's all on film the last couple of weeks. And the Cowboys repeatedly won the line of scrimmage in the run game for sure. Now, they didn't get a bunch of sacks, but this is why, and I really don't want to be disrespectful to people, so I won't say a disrespectful term, but this is why I'll just call it the uneducated, if you will. This is why pressures matter. This is why they matter. Throughout this game, or at least we'll say the last 35 minutes of it, you didn't allow Jalen Hurts to just step up comfortably and deliver the rock. Yeah, you might only got to him one time, one of the biggest ones of the year, if you will. But the pressures from whether it be the edge guys, whether it be the interior guys, didn't allow Jalen Hurts to be comfortable in that second half or the last 35 minutes of that game. They matter. They absolutely matter when it happens in this manner. Hell, we saw it on the other side of the ball too. Then there's a quote from the book. Treat your men as beloved sons and they will follow you into the deepest valley. This is more serious. This is more about the brotherhood that the Cowboys have been building since they hired Shotty, who is not perfect in his own right, but he's trying to change the culture, or at least the locker room culture that is, of this football team. He's trying to at least bring them closer than they've ever been before, and it seemed like that was the case, even though there's been a ton of adversity. But when you lose a brother, in the manner the Cowboys did, you hear Dak Prescott talk about the brotherhood. You hear George Pickens say that is something that has brought them closer. I think that is the case because of the precedent that has been set by their head coach leading up to this to make it an easier transition to play for that guy next to you, to make it more genuine, right? It's not just smoke to me. It's not. I think all of that led to an epic comeback on that battlefield, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, after a hard-fought battle, you gotta eat, right? You gotta eat. So you know we are about to have the grandest cookout of the season, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all hold your horses. You sit tight. Grab your plates, pull up with whatever you want at this point. I might need a designated driver. I'm not going to lie. You can see I already started off the way I started off. I'm trying to calm myself down because I barely have a voice. I done broke my dang thumb. I don't know, something happened. We'll figure it out. It depends we'll see how it feels tomorrow. But boy, almost broke my son's neck picking him up and getting hype, and we fell. That's where the thumb thing came. Feels good today. Feels good today. Before we get going, man, share this thing. Send it to your friends, family, your Cowboy fans. Send it to your Eagle fan friends. Let them come on in. You know, they were pretty loud, wasn't they, last week? Pretty loud. I seen them all in the chats. We brought in Mina Kimes. If you missed the show, go watch Mina Kimes. All the Eagle fans in there. Quiet. They quiet right now. Or they're coping. Well, if this would have happened, or he bailed out here, and I'm not hearing none of that. Did you win? Did you hold on to your 21? We spotted you 21 points, Philly. And you couldn't close. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Shout out to the Bomb Squad, man. Appreciate y'all.
Bomb Squad!
Thank you for joining me this morning. It is a wonderful morning. Now, let's get into this cookout because there are so many people worthy of the table, but you guys know how I do. I don't put everybody there. We also have a walk too. And also I want to know some of the guys that may not be there that you believe are as well. So let's get into it, man. Dak Prescott, you got your honorary seat at the table, man. This is a guy that's been here before. Yeah. And like we said, the start wasn't pretty. Drops, fumbles, turnovers, turnovers on downs, red zone interceptions. Everything went left. The quarterback never flinched, man. Not once. He kept the ship right. That's the type of quarterback you want to have. Don't get too high, don't get too low. And we've seen a lot of times when this happens, he'll press, and he admitted that. He admitted that about his teammate. Not yesterday. They hit reset, and he hit reset, and delivered another clutch performance against, I should say, the Eagles. And not just a game-winning drive or what have you, but the entire second half, obviously you needed big drives. You needed big moments. And it came through. Play action continues to be deadly for Dak Prescott. 9 of 11, 174 yards is the second most yards of his career out of play action per Next Gen Stats. Something we have been calling for how many years? Many years, right? He even talked about how that is his favorite part of one of his favorite parts of playing the game is he loves play action. 350 yards, 354, I believe. 3 total touchdowns. We saw vintage Dak running the ball in. Shouts out to Freaky Ferg for a fantastic block, who had a really nice game, I think, here. I know the fumble at the end was a little scary, but Ferg ran hard in this game. Everybody wanted to see more yak. You got to see a lot of it in this one. That looked like the Ferguson that we all loved coming into the season. But Dak Prescott, you've been here before. Let's talk about that alien, though, boy. You see him over there. Dak Prescott to George Pickens is turning into something out of this world. Ladies and gentlemen, George Pickens has performed like the best wide receiver in the National Football League. Point blank, period. And what I love about what George is doing is that you can see the maturation of the player. Right? Like, I'm going to just be candid. The maturity you see out of GP when things aren't going well, et cetera, is the maturity you want to see out of CD. Now, it's not been as bad as 88, but he's had his moments. He's had his penalties. He's had his drops. He's had his drops that's led to turnovers. But you haven't seen that get to him. And GP continues to be Kryptonian-like, if you will, since Dak thinks he's not from this world. And honestly, he might not be. 9 catches on 9 targets, 146 yards, and 1 touchdown in this game. Anytime the Cowboys needed some juice, they needed a spark, a lifeline, or whatever, it's like they said, okay, where's number 3? And GP delivered. And here's the difference between now and in years past, as I talked about with CD Lamb. When he's having one of those nights where the drops, the frustrations, the up and down moments where big catch here and then another drop there, and you have a George Pickens that can step right in, take over. We haven't had that counterpunch in years in Dallas. And not just take over a play, a series, but an entire game. And how about the way he dunked on Cooper DeJean and Sidney Brown's head at the end with that bomb, I believe 47 yards. Just throw it up. just put it in his area code and he'll come down with it. He'll come down with it. Moving forward, I know there's a major conversation about this, him being better and things like that. I get it. I'll let y'all have the fights of all of that. But right now, George Pickens is the best receiver in football. So I don't think there's much of a conversation to be had, but I don't think that should be the conversation. The conversation, if we're being realistic, should be to continue to get this man a ton of targets. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just continue to keep him involved in this manner. We should never, ever have a game like we've had in years past under Kellen Moore, where we'll come out the game and say, why does Amari Cooper have 3 targets? Now, we haven't had that situation happen yet this year. I do think I have a reason, and it may be a gift and a curse. We'll talk about it with Shotty later. And I don't want to see it happen. I don't ever want to see a game where we come out of here and he has 3 targets. He has 4 targets. Whenever this Cowboys offense needs something, a big play, and not just kind of grind it out 3-4 yards, that man is there to deliver for you. Hey, Big Q. Big Q, welcome to the table, big fella. Hey, look, when the big fella's at the table, you're going to need a lot. You're going to need some plates. So you look at Quentin Williams' stat sheet. This is, again, a lot of fans like to just look at stat sheets. Oh, wow. If you look at Quentin Williams' stat sheet, you might say, well, it was a quiet night. And 1 tackle. Wrong. Do not be fooled. Quentin Williams' impact was loud. Per Next Gen Stats, he had a career high 8 pressures in this game. And they all came when he was 1v1. That was the second lowest double team rate of the season against Philly. And when you have a Clark on the line, an Osa on the line, who was getting doubled a lot prior to his arrival, you can't double everyone. And when you can't double everyone, it allows others to eat if you have other dogs on the team. Q has pressured the quarterback, again, per Next Gen Stats, more than any defensive tackle in football, and he ranks 2nd. And this is the key one right here. Let me turn this music off because you got to hear me out. This is something I've been talking about all year. He has the 2nd best time to pressure rate in the National Football League. Amongst defensive tackles, that is. Amongst defensive tackles. That is key to me because you removed the quick pressure guy that you had and we didn't replace that. You removed the dude that you had and you didn't replace that. It has been replaced tenfold. And now you get it from such a difficult position to deal with, the interior. We talk about force multipliers. Couldnt's a force multiplier. Look, Eagles' run game has been weird. That ain't my problem. Always say, however a team or however bad a team is playing, don't let that team get off on you. The Cowboys didn't. The Cowboys did not allow the Eagles to find their footing on the ground. Saquon Barkley. I guess this is what happens when you have to carry that. They won a Super Bowl, whatever. Good for them. But I guess this is what happens when you have to carry a franchise on your back for 21 games. Saquon Barkley is not the Saquon Barkley. He looks like the giant Saquon Barkley. And the Cowboys didn't allow him to find any room. 10 carries, 22 yards, 2.2 yards per carry the second time. And if you really want to keep it a bean, he's only had one good game against the Cowboys as an Eagle. The first game out in Dallas, by the way, Cooper Rush threw for 45 American football yards. I think he only had like 60 yards in that game. I don't think he had a good game. Second game, he went off. Cool. Third game earlier this year, shut down. 60 yards again. This game, I don't know what his career worst is. I don't. But 2.2 yards per game has to be up there. Mentioned it earlier in the show. Landon Dickerson talked about how, oh man, the 5-man fronts is something we didn't have, quote, time on task to prepare for. What? Kevin Patullo, I don't know what you're doing over there, bruh. They got one of the best offensive line coaches in the world. I don't know how you missed that, but ain't my problem. The Cowboys lined up in that set. You see the speed. We talk about this on the collective. The speed is different defensively in the second level. Yeah, it was a little wonky in regards to the coverage in the first 25 minutes of that game. Had some injuries. Hopefully, we'll take a look at the injury report today, and hopefully these guys are cool. Pressure was a little weird to start, but when it mattered most, Osa, welcome back. Osa delivered maybe his most clutch sack, right? Maybe his most clutch sack of his career. Osa was a dog in this game, man. 4 tackles on the day, 4 quarterback hits at the tackle for loss, and the biggest sack of the season for the Dallas Cowboys on 3rd and 2 in the fourth quarter, the final drive for the Eagles. It ain't my problem. But this is something we've seen on film with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts doesn't turn the ball over. You're right. He doesn't. But he also holds the rock and just takes sacks, which are drive killers. May not be turnovers, but it can cost you a game, and this one it did. 3rd and 2. For whatever reason, he just holds the rock, and Osa is just relentless getting after it. And in one of his 4 pressures, he converts it to a sack, forces the punt, and the rest is history. Osa Digizua, welcome back to the grown folk table. Now, y'all know how this go. Those are not the only ones worthy, in my opinion, of being there. There are some others you may have there, and I'll get to the chat. You can let me know some other names, and maybe those guys are the ones on the walk. If you're not familiar with the walk, well, let me get you familiar, man. Let me get you familiar with the walk, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, sometimes you go to the cookout or you go to a family event. You're with your cousins, you're with your sometimes your uncles, your aunties, whomever. Hey, I'm about to go to the store, take a walk real quick. Y'all know what that means. So, for that, I want to shout out a couple people. from this game. I have to start with Elijah Clark. I know a lot of people might be like, who is that guy next to me? Because he hasn't been on the grown folk table, hasn't been on the walk. He hasn't really done much of anything. That is Elijah Clark. That is a guy who embodies the Cowboys' victory yesterday. That might have been the hustle play of the season for any team. 100% the Cowboys. And you might be saying to me, Scott, if you were under a rock, Elijah Clark helped force a fumble at the end of that game that was massive. And the way he did it on special teams as a gunner was by not giving up. Elijah Clark got knocked down, got back up, stumbled, found his footing, knocked down again, got back up, found the football, and delivered the boom on whoever that returner was that made a stupid decision there. Fumble recovery, Cowboys at the 5. Now, they didn't cash in on that. Again, we'll talk about that. But that play embodies the Cowboys comeback. That's the kind of rep that you're going to show youth leagues. That's the kind of rep you're going to show college rooms and even NFL players. It doesn't really matter the level of competition. That is how you bring it. That is how you never give up. And that's why Elijah Clark is on the walk today. You know, when the Cowboys win, there's usually two players that are involved, whether it be at the grown folk table or the walk. Dak Prescott and Javonte Williams. Just a steady presence in this offense. Another grown man day. 22 touches, 101 yards, average 4.4 yards per carry. Now, he did not get in the end zone. Usually does, and to be honest with you, probably should have. We'll have those discussions. Trust and believe me. But he's not just on the walk because of the way he ran the ball. He ran the ball hard. He ran the ball the way you want this team to be, physical, right? But to me, it was his blocking. I think he's been the best pass blocking running back all year. Bias, yes, I haven't watched every one, so I'm being a little biased. However, he did give up his first sack of the season. Nakobe Dean is a problem, right? Nakobe Dean for 3 weeks in a row now has run through running backs on the way to a sack. But he didn't crumble, right? He didn't wilt from that. Jay Will's a dog. This is football. You're going to get popped. You're going to drop the ball. You're going to throw a pick. You're going to get embarrassed probably at some point. This is football. How do you respond? Jay Will responded with two of the most clutch blocks of the season. The first one being Dak Prescott rolling out off the play action, and he picks up the free rusher to give Dak an extra tick to get the rock to Brevin Spanford, who was stumbling, bumbling, and found his way touchdown to bring this thing within one possession. The second one, I believe, the second one, fourth quarter. I can't wait to break this play down. Shouts out to y'all for showing love on the film breakdowns too. The second one was on the final real play of regulation. Dak Prescott to George Pickens takes off and gets the Cowboys into legitimate field goal range. If you go look at that, that is a short drop. 1, 2, 3, get the ball out. But Jay Will saw the blitz, and because it wasn't a 5-step drop, it was a quick 3-step drop. Dak doesn't get a bunch of depth in the 3-step drops, meaning that blitzer could have altered that pass if Jay Will does not stifle him right there. And he, boom, meets him just enough, picks up the blitz. Dak delivers a strike. Big play, GP, first down, ball game. That's why that man is on the walk with me. Now, I know. I know that ain't who I think it is. Yeah, it's them. Look, the next two guys on this list, I've been on them. So if I'm going to criticize them when it's bad, I have to give them flowers when it's right. It's only right. Sam Williams came through for your boys in the fourth quarter. Sam be making some boneheaded plays, man. He be doing some crazy, weird things. But I can't not include him on this walk with another hustle play to not loaf. Get after it after your pressure hurts. He dumps it off. Saquon Barkley sneaks out the backfield. Looks like he's going to get about 7 to 10. And Sam delivers the boom. Knocks it out. Peanut punch. Cowboys recover. That's fight right there. You saw the urgency. That is the level of effort it is going to take the rest of the way. Hey, Matt. let me tell you let me tell you how I felt about this was me that second half. This is me talking to Matt Ibrauss, because y'all know he's got on my bad side all year. That's how you drive. It wasn't clean. I get it. But you have now only surrendered 3 points to the Philadelphia Eagles in the second half. You've given up 21 both games, but only 3 in the second half. I ain't mad at that at all. And again, if I'm going to be on your neck when this is a historically bad defense led by you, then it's only right you get your flowers when you hold the defending Super Bowl champs to 0 points and delivered 8 straight stops to close this game. That is no small feat at all. You had not say you, I mean the Cowboys defense had every chance of those 8 stops to say, damn, here we go. They did not. Wasn't perfect. This group won't ever be at this moment right now. But when Dallas needed those stops, they got them. And that's all I've been asking for. Just keep the offense in the game. Just keep them in. For the last, I don't know, half a decade or so, I don't know. How many times have we said, man, I wish. I know other teams' offenses are struggling to start, but then they find their way because the defense keeps them in. That's what we're talking about. That's what we talk about, Matt. Just keep them in. Find a way. I don't care if you got a scratch, claw, cheat, 12 men on the field, face mask, distract the refs, pay them off. I don't care. Just allow the offense to find its footing right now. We'll deal with the offseason and try to make this defense elite next year. Right now, we just need you to get the average. We just need you to perform when it matters most so that this prolific offense can find its time, because the offense is not going to be perfect all game. It's not. It's impossible to do that every week. But it's too good to keep down for 4 quarters if you allow them to stay in the game. And this Cowboys defense did that. Can't wait to dive into this tape, specifically in the second half, man. So those are my guys that brought on the walk. These are my guys at the Cookout. And if you guys don't know, well, you will now. The Cookout is brought to you by our good friends over at Cornbread Hemp. And after a game like that, best believe I want the mustache there, man. Shouts out to Cornbread Hemp, man. If you're looking for a natural way to dial it back after, a game like that, or long nights, long aches, or just a grind of everyday life, these gummies are formulated to work with your body, not just against it, but with it. What I appreciate the most is how intentional they are. Cornbread Hemp only uses the best part of the plant, the flower. So you're getting pure CBD without extra nonsense. So right now, the Bomb Squad listeners, can get 30% off. Not only that, but take advantage right now. They have a buy one, get one free. Go to cornbreadhemp.com/Skywalker. Use the promo code Skywalker at checkout, and you get free shipping on orders over $45. That's cornbreadhemp.com/Skywalker. Code Skywalker. Buy one, get one free. Please take advantage. All right, let's wrap to y'all. What we got in the chat, man? Let's see. Troy Moore, Sky O-line. Oh, well, I don't know if you're new here. Who's this? 864 Cowboys fan. Shouts out to you. So for the offensive line, I do a segment after we watch the film. It's impossible to for my opinion, to grade the offensive line based off of emotional broadcast one-time view. I don't do that at all, because it's not fair to them. You have to watch the film. So I usually do not eye in the sky, but Sky Optics, where I review the offensive line and we give them a whole entire segment. So yeah, I don't really talk about the offensive line in that way because it's impossible to really know, unless you run for 216 yards like old boy did in Detroit or something like that. Sure. But I can't just base it off of just plain statistics. That's something I believe you have to give them their fair share of watching the actual film. So that's why. So if you're new here, that might seem a little weird to you, but it's pretty normal. I don't really put the offensive lineman at the table unless Cowboys went for 200 something yards or something like that. Then sure, absolutely. And right on cue, which again, I'll let y'all get into it. Pickens, our number one receiver. Take that 88 off Lamb. All right, we got the goodness out the way. So yeah, I figure we're going to talk about some of the things that went left in that game. Look, we're just going to be frank here. Yes, GP in 2025, that is your one. But we have 2 ones. Remember that. So I think the conversation does shift from, well, obviously GP's a 1 to, yeah, you need to involve, that needs to be the feature. Not saying that you don't feature 88 or 87 or things like that. But all right, if there's a hierarchy, that guy's got to be. Now he's getting the looks he's getting because you have so many weapons. You just need your 88 CD Lamb to get out of his damn head. Like, nobody's giving up on him or anything like that, but I don't know what it is about EC Philly. You know how I talk about, well, I don't know if you guys know this, but I've said this on Collective. I think I've said it here too. I've said it with Vosh, said it with everybody. When 4 sees Philly on the schedule, I always ask. People act like the Cowboys can't beat they're going to get. Is 4 playing against the Eagles? I like my chances, man. I'm probably never going to pick against them. Doesn't mean he's going to win them all, but he's going to win a lot of them. Lately, when 88 sees Philly on the schedule, I don't know what it is. It's spooked or something. So you got to figure it out. Oh, but the beauty, man. The beauty of if he's struggling is that you have this man. And I refuse to let struggles of CD, in this regard, at least against Philly, blind me to the fact that we have 2 high-end wide receivers on this team that allows you to be able to still execute in this manner if one of them is not having the best game of the year. I won't let it do that. Neither should you. But I can't tell you how to fan if you're, if you want to be done with CD Lamb and that's the focal point, that you have every right to do that. I won't, because I think there's beauty in this. There's beauty in understanding that, all right, he's not on his game, but that guy was. That guy is, and that guy was, and that guy has been. Because that can pay big dividends for you moving forward. So, hey, man, I'm not going to tell nobody how to feel. It was a frustrating game for him. 100%. It's not been the cleanest year, especially with the drops. But thank God we got a George Pickens. Can you imagine if the Cowboys didn't? Can you imagine? I mean, we don't really have to. We've been there. We've seen this team if we can't get 88 going. We've seen this team without a wide receiver too when he has gotten going. And that's usually how the Cowboys are able to survive. And I say survive because they didn't have a great running game either. In years past is what I'm talking about, when it was just mostly CD Lamb as your offense. It's not the case anymore. You have a respectable running game. You have a dominant opposite guy that complements him or complements each other well. And you got a quarterback that's playing some of the best ball of his life. So you won't find a complaint out of me. We can hold these players accountable, but I will not complain that we have two of these high-end guys and one has had his struggles. I don't believe that'll be the case for every single game, but it damn sure was yesterday. That's for sure. And you know what's crazy about him is all of that, and he makes a ridiculous catch towards the end of the game and then kills it with a drop. CD, you were getting him back on your side, big boy. And what kind of annoyed me, and I'll move on. What annoyed me a little bit was I don't know what was being said on the sideline with the little. I know how I feel about that. I don't like that. I understand frustration, but all that hemming and hawing and throwing out. Hey. I need to go over there and calm his ass down. Relax. We need you. And the leadership of Dak Prescott, I think, plays a major factor in that. And the maturity of GP as well. I got one more. I got one more bone to pick, if you will. Come here, Shotty. Come here, man. What the hell was that? Well, half the damn reason I broke my thumb is because I'm just getting hyped that we overcame yo mess. I don't even know where to begin. I'm not mad at going for it or anything like that in regards to the beginning of the game. That's fine. But there was so many different things in that game where it's like, what are you doing? Again, I don't want to deter the how high I am right now off this dub. But come here. We got to talk. And I'm glad, I don't know who pressed him in the press conference, who asked him about this. And I you know what? In fact, I don't want to mess this quote up because I was like, now, Shotty. I almost said something else. Almost said now. Did I save it? Yes, I did. Now, Shotty. And I'm just gonna go to the end of the game because there were things in between the game. You hand the ball off the turf and then you keep. Oh, hold on, before I get to the end of the game. Come on, we talk about this on the collective. Devontae Turpin, they need to stop that. That's over. It didn't work out. It is what it is. Go back to being the gadget guy. Cool. Motion guy. Cool. You done tried to hand the ball off like a running back to a receiver twice this year. One time he got your receiver hurt and out for 3 games. The other time he fumbled over his own damn feet. Let's cut that. Let's take it out. Let's remove it. But what blew my mind, and hey man, he better than me. He kept going back. Shotty, come here. Come here. The mother keep fumbling. He dropping the ball. He dropped it twice in this game. Why do you keep going back to him? Let his ass be on the special teams, run down the field, get you 40 yards, put you in field goal. He couldn't even do that right. Fair catching it. Ryan Flournoy. He's your receiver 3. He's getting the snaps, all that good. That's your. Come on, Shotty. Cut the malarkey, man. Cut it. But the end of the game, you recover the ball on the was it after the fumble? I don't know if it's after the fumble. End of the game, you get down inside the damn 2 because Javonte Williams just boop, 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 all the way down to like the 1 yard line. Might have been it might have been the pick play. I don't know which play it was. There was a lot of decisions. I'm sitting like, what the hell is going on? But end of the game, you get down to the 1 yard line. Second down. You try to throw the ball. Third down. Try to throw. Come here, man. Javonte got you down there. And you keep doing this. Now it's a problem. It is a problem. So they asked him about it. Listen to this answer. And this is why. If you go back to when we hired Shotty. And by the way, I still am a Shotty fan. Like, Shotty, I think, for this team, as the leader of this team, is doing fantastic things. But this is why I said, when people say, oh, this is Marty Ball. We're going to run it 35, 40 times a game. I said, y'all ain't really doing enough research on who Shotty is. He didn't go hire Clayton Adams for no reason. He needed a guy that can do the run game scheming things and try his best to keep him in check. I don't think he's done a great job of keeping, I shouldn't say he's done a great job keeping check, but he hasn't checked himself. But listen to this answer. I don't know who asked the question, but this comes from Nick's Twitter. Coach Brian Schottenheimer on if he thought about running the ball on that last red zone sequence. So it was that sequence. He said, I did. But you know me. I kind of call plays for players. And when you got the guys we got on the outside, but looking at it, they played a little bit of off coverage. That's a little bit of coverage that surprised me. The coverage, dog. You got the one. But yeah, again, sometimes you call good plays, sometimes you don't. Javonte was running hard today. See, Shotty kind of showed his hand at training camp. And we just kind of like, he. Yeah, I got mad and I wanted to throw a bomb. I was having a conversation with my 2020 twin. And I said, it's like, hey, I don't think that's all good. You know? And a lot of people say, man, I love that mentality and things like that. Wait. Because if you allow your emotions to do that in practice, what happens when the game gets going, right? And I do think there's times where he allows his emotions as a quarterback, former pass game coordinator, former, I believe he was a tight ends or wide receivers coach, and nowhere in his resume is he running backs coach, offensive line coach, you know. But he got the Marty ball in his DNA, and we all assume he's just going to throw the ball or run the ball 45 times. So Shotty's been getting a lot too cute down there, and shouts out to my brother Foots. We were keeping each other. During that game, it was just like therapy. He said something afterwards that after the game that was like, you know what? I think this is a potential conversation next year if they decide to want to do it. He was like, look, love Shotty as a head coach, but do you remove play calling duties from him next year? I don't know if they remove it. I don't think they'll do it. But does Shotty say, look, I gotta give this to someone else so that I can operate better as a full. It's not saying that he's been a bad all around head coach or anything like that, but I think he does allow his emotions to get to him, and he's been a little wonky down there. So I do think it's a potential conversation to have in the offseason. I don't think they're going to do it now. I think it might be a bit of a drastic move with only 7 games remaining, I believe it is, or whatever. But next year it could be a potential conversation. So come here. These games are too important now. I don't know how y'all feel about the going for it decision. I ain't like it. I know some pundits did. And when I say going for it, I mean, what was it? A little over 2 minutes. I don't know what it was. And the Cowboys are 4th and goal at the 3 or whatever it may have been and decided to go for it. Yeah, I wasn't happy about that. And here's why. You have not shown the ability to be consistent in converting these down there. And you know we're throwing it. And here's the part that pissed me off. If it's like, was this planned? Did you go on the 3rd down saying we're going for it on 4th? Because if that was the case, run the damn ball. So, look, man, got to call spade a spade. I personally did not like the call to go for it because it felt like just random. And then take the lead. Your defense has pitched a shutout in the second half. Take the lead. Make the Eagles have to think about more than just a field goal. Right? Like, if you take the lead right there, the Eagles now know I don't have to play for a tutty. So they can be a little less aggressive. Plays in your favor. They're less aggressive. You stay aggressive. Good things could happen. Now, there is no lead. It's a tie ball game. I just need to hit a couple big plays, a couple first downs. Field goal ball game. Don't do that to your defense. I get it. They're backed up and things like that, but they got out of there quick, fast, and in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? Your defense saved your ass. So I just wanted them to take the lead right there and let your defense go out there and win the ball game for you. So there you have it. There'll be a lot more we'll discuss this week. Well, quick turnaround here on Thursday, Thanksgiving game against the Chiefs, who also are beatable. Let's just keep it a bean. All right? One game at a time turns into, what do you know now? 3 victories in a row. But one game at a time. That's what I'm saying. All right. Where we at? How long we been going here? What, about an hour in? Here's what we're going to do. Take a quick little break. Come back. We're going to talk to you guys. Get your feels. Let y'all. It's a victory Monday. You beat the Eagles. Let's celebrate a little bit here. Right? And we'll move on to the Chiefs another day. But before we do that, man, this show and all shows this season is sponsored by none other than our good friends over at Sleeper.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code STEAL. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
All right. Let's start this thing off with some fire. Toxic Tom, good brother, how you doing?
You know, Sky, there's certain things you just always never get tired of. White Christmas morning, you know, beautiful summer day, and beating these fucking Philadelphia Eagles. Now, some of y'all have never been blessed enough to live in the DMV, Pennsylvania, New York area. You have been blessed to be in the haven of Dallas, away from this. With us Cowboy fans who are up in the Northeast, the missionaries, I would call them, y'all have no idea how relentless and how much shit that fan, even when it's football season. So when you get a chance to stick it to them, oh, it is one of the best feelings in the entire world. I've told so many Eagle fans in the past, man, if you were playing the Taliban, I'd root for the Taliban. Fuck your team. Fuck your uniforms. Fuck your mascot. I don't want to demonetize you for too many Fs. Everything about that team. And the last thing I'll say is, because we've got a lot of people calling in, F them picks. Your second and third round picks next year are Quinnen Williams and George Pickens. Name me a better time that we drafted anyone close to that in the NFL draft.
Your other first round picks is going to be Max Crosby, bro. I'm just saying. Anyway, go ahead.
Do it. Just push them chips in to F the draft and develop. That's what poor teams do. Go and get dogs, and let's actually go get this thing done. How about them Cowboys, y'all? Shouts
out to you, bro. I know, look, I'm just joking. I'm not joking for real, but they're not going to do it. But I'm with you. I'd be like, go get me that other dog, too. Is that all the damn dogs on this defensive line, man? All right, let's keep it moving. Let's talk to my guy, Mel Hayes, my West Coast brother.
Good morning, King. Good morning, King. For the morning, King. Happy Victory Monday.
Yeah.
Fuck them birds, bro.
Period.
Up them birds. Listen, it's a lot of conversations to be had.
Sure.
There's a lot of players we need to kind of address. But today, fuck them birds. Man, definitely one of the most, you guys were talking about this on the collective.
Mic too low? My bad, go ahead.
Oh, no, you good. You guys were talking about this on the collective. Biggest Cowboys, Eagles moments, man. That was definitely one of them, bro. That one.
Because of the collective, it was like, what's your favorite Eagles, Cowboys? Man, hold on. I don't want to cut. Man, Philly. There ain't no favorite game because I hate them. Unless it's us blowing them out, it ain't no favorite. But to be honest with you, this game was so much fun. This definitely is up there with the lower, though.
What an emotional roller coaster. I can't name you all the players I threw in the trash and then had to go dive in and start digging their ass back out. I was throwing them up in the trash, and I had to dumpster dive to get them back out. Some of them are still in there, and maybe that's a conversation for another day. But we pulled it out, man. Definitely that Quinnen Williams, bro. That Quinnen Williams, bro, like that, man, is. I said this when people were saying that Baltimore wasn't going to make the defense no better and this would all still be the same. You guys really don't appreciate or understand the impact of an impact player because they impact everybody else. Look at Osa. We was down on Osa a week ago.
Yeah.
Look at Osa. Look at Osa now.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Clark having a resurgence on the back end of this season, bro. Like, man, I'm so excited, man. I'm not jumping into Thanksgiving yet. I'm riding this high. I'm still a little blown. Man, happy Victory Monday, man. Let somebody else get up in here. Fuck them birds all day. It's our time right now. Get on Twitter, get on whatever platform you get on.
Let them know.
And talk your ish, bro.
Facts. And don't let nobody dim your light from this victory. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, yes, sir.
Like, I already seen it. I've even seen some Trojan horse Cowboy fans trying to do this. Like, if you can't celebrate this as a fan, especially if a fan of a team where it's been a little difficult to have celebrations for the last few decades, specifically this year, then just sit out the season. Don't watch. Don't get yourself involved emotionally. I admit, what makes me delusional is not the fact that I'm screaming Super Bowl every year or anything like that. What makes me delusional is that there's hope every year, and I'm tuned in every year emotionally, down in, down out, no matter what. Sure, if you want to call me delusional, that's cool. I'm delusional. So when we win like this, you're going to see that emotion. When we lose, you're going to see the opposite end of the spectrum too. So, but if you can't celebrate this dub, if you're going to dim your own light from this dub, I can't help you. I can't help you. D Shift, what's up, man?
Hey, what's good, Scott, man? Nah, man, you ain't delusional because we've been in a position where we've been under 500 with Matt Castle at quarterback, and he might sneak him a win, but we knew the season was going to be shit. You know what I mean? Like, we are in a position where you got, like, all pros stepping up. You know what I'm saying? And like the way Quinn's playing, like Michael was cool. Like he's a great player, but like Quinn is taking care of the run and the pass, bro. Just having that type of dynamic. And then like it goes on to say like, okay, you beat the
Michael
Eagles.
was cool. It's funny.
That was beating the Eagles was beating every other team, bro. They were beating every other team that's a contender right now, and they run into the Cowboys and like 21-0. We gave them 21 points. You know what I'm saying? I can see if like you were playing like crap, and I don't think your offense was playing like crap. It just in pivotal moments, throwing interception. Like, yeah, you was moving the ball against this highly touted Eagles defense. So, like, even when we was down 21-0, the offense was still putting up stats. So you go on to say the next, like, 6 games, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just beat what was everybody was considering was the best team in the NFL or one of. And I'm looking at just the rest of the playoff pictures. I mean, you got San Fran and Carolina who are ahead of us, and then you got Green Bay and the Lions playing each other this tonight and Thursday for the Thanksgiving with Green Bay and Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody got to lose, bro. You know what I'm saying? And all these teams, Seattle, Chicago, and all these other teams that's in the playoff picture, man, they arguably have like way harder schedules than we do. Not looking ahead, bro, but I'm just saying, like, 2-3 weeks ago, before these moves, yeah, I don't really think it's happening. But with the moves and, like, how you're playing, like, people can't just pencil us out. Like, they can, but, like, where we're going right now, I mean, I say, man, 9 weeks, Marshawn, rest in peace, he died. And, it gave him 9 weeks, you know what I'm saying, from when he passed to the end of the regular season. You got to win 4 games in the playoffs. I'm just saying, Scott, let's make this push. Let's honor 9-4. And, man, I'm just excited, man. I got optimism back. I thought we'd be done by Thanksgiving 3-4 weeks ago. But Jerry and them, they're making these moves. They're showing us things that, like, the smart Cowboy fans have been complaining for. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I think that's what a lot of people not reckon. The casuals, they can't recognize what impact Quentin Williams is and why we got so excited about, a defensive tackle get picked up. So, man, appreciate you, Scott. I know you got some callers, bro, but, man, appreciate you, dog.
Salute. Hey, man, for me, it's one game at a time because you need so much other help that you have to. I think Dak talked about it, man. We gotta win every game. We have to take care of our own business. You dug yourself a hole, but if you can make other teams feel the pressure, now, not just the team you're playing, but other teams around you, right? Because it's going to get to that point. We're not quite there yet. A lot of games left to go. But once you get December, about mid-December, you're going to have other teams looking at the standings like, all right, we got to get this dub. Dallas is on a roll or whatever. But I know it's cliche. I know, but y'all know I've been saying this for so long. Not just when the Cowboys dug the hole. For many years, but specifically this year, and definitely after you went out and got Couldnt and Logan Wilson and got other guys back, we just got to take care of business. 1-0 each week. Stack victories, stack good play, and let the other chips fall where they may. And you do need some of those other chips to fall. You don't get in the dance without help, but you got to help yourself first, right? So I appreciate, when folks say you're looking around at the standings, because I'm not there right now. I'm not looking at any other standings, but that's that record 5-5-1. That Cowboy standings is what I'm looking at. They have to take care of their business. And then as we get moving forward, we'll have to start rooting for other teams. We have to now, I get it, but it's really going to play itself out later because you got like you said, you got so many teams that are going to play each other. I think it's like 7 teams. So I think 4 of the teams, there's 2 in each division. And then there's 2 that are fighting in those divisions. Those guys are going to battle each other and those things are going to work itself out. But you got to take care of what you can take care of, man. You do. And that's your own schedule. Let's talk to Los. What's up, Los?
Hey, good morning, Scott, man. How you doing?
What's up, brother? I'm good.
Hey, man, just having a great morning after beating those filthy Eagles, man. as everyone says, that fan base is the most disgusting fan base
Man,
that I could never, man, I just hate them. I hate them so much, man. But, beating the Eagles, hey, that ain't no greater thing. Just my two beans, and I'll let you go.
sure.
Getting Quentin Williams and George Pickens, I just got to give credit to that front office. And I don't know if you got to do your research of who made the call to get George Pickens on this team, but whoever did that move and got into Jerry's ear, man, he deserves an award because
You know who we should thank?
A guy like that who could.
We
Go
should
ahead,
thank
Ty.
the Carolina Panthers. Well, I don't think the ball was going to fall to us anyway. The San Francisco 49ers won him. But we should thank the Panthers for taking Ted McMillan, who's going to be a fantastic receiver. Don't get me wrong. But if the Cowboys fall into Ted McMillan, I don't think they get a George Pickens. So just think about how those dominoes fell.
Yeah, man, and exactly. And it's just like sometimes you just gotta. And I'm gonna say this: when that Micah thing first happened, I was pissed off because I was like, man, you don't know what this front office is capable of because we've seen in the past they were always being stagnant. But I don't know what happened this year. I'm just glad they finally learned from their mistakes and went forward with, hey, let's try to win some ball games, and that's all you can ask for. And my last.
Hey man, when you get smacked with a dose of reality, now it's about how do I respond? They got smacked with a dose of reality, and they didn't just crumble and say, well, you know what? Like a lot of fans wanted to just toss the season away, don't make any trades, let's just get the high pick, all this stuff. You have a window. You have a quarterback who's 30-some years old. You probably got a 2 to 3 year window to take advantage of that. I never believed in just, hey man, we're just going to swallow our pride and just take these L's and get a high pick. Go get a dude. Like that matters. I don't care what anybody says. Having a dude matters. And not only when you just have a dude, then you put another dude around him. That helps too. So yeah, salute to them for not just going with well, you know what? We'll just go ahead and get the high draft pick. Let things fall where they may. And I don't care how it happened. I always say it. I don't care if you drunkenly stumble in to a George Pickens or a Quentin Williams out of emotion or out of a failure. Learn from it. See how these type of guys can make an impact, even though you didn't draft them. Take that and learn from it moving forward in this next offseason.
Exactly, Scott. And my last thing is, hey, having a dude like Quentin Williams that makes that defense better, just stack those days up and move on forward, and we'll see the Chiefs Thursday, man. That's all I got.
Appreciate you, big dog. Yeah, man. I was thinking about that yesterday, man. Just George Pickens, that is, in the sense of, yeah, we could have took a Buka. We could, and they're playing fantastic. We could have took Ted. Would have been happy, but I think you've got arguably the best receiver in football right now in 2025. The only other player you could talk about at this moment is JSN, Jackson Smith Majigba. And look, he's breaking records over there. And good for my man. But if I'm keeping it a bean, George Pickens is better. I'm just going to be honest with you, man. And he has been able to spread his wings in Dallas. He talked about it in the offseason. My route tree has expanded. He's much more mature. If you have not read his Players Tribune article, please go read it. He was able to humanize himself because people dehumanized him, in my opinion, in Pittsburgh. And I don't mean to go all the way back, but when it all went down and you did your research on Pick when he was traded, I came away like, what is the big deal? I don't get it. I mean, I'm not hearing. Now again, I'm not in Pittsburgh. I'm close, but I ain't in it. I'm not hearing players in the locker room saying I hate this guy. I'm not hearing. Now, it did cost you on the field with some immaturity and things like that, but I'm not hearing about bad work ethic. Did he need to mature? Yes. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And that was the only thing, was that he needed to mature. His talent wasn't an issue. Him showing up wasn't an issue. Well, there were some things about, did he show up to meetings or what have you? So maybe there was more there. But I think that was a lot of that was built in frustration. But I don't think it was something where I'm afraid to take this guy on. This isn't Terrell Owens. maybe it is Terrell Owens, but you know what I mean? It's not a cancer. I didn't come away thinking he was a cancer. Came away thinking this is a misunderstood kid that's frustrated that he's not winning in Pittsburgh. We can relate. We've had some players like that here most recently and in the past. So I looked at it as like, oh, okay, he's a 1, 2, 3-year-old guy down there in a bad situation, bad quarterback play, and seemed to be misunderstood. That ain't going to be the case here. It's going to be a very good situation. And he is every bit of what I believed he could be here in Dallas. Good kid, just has to grow, man. 23, 24 years old. Let's talk to James. What's up, James?
What's up, Sky? It's been a minute, man, for me. I haven't been with you guys since you got on your new platform, but I must say,
oh, wow.
Like it a lot.
I did not know which
I've
James
been
this.
trying to find you.
Yeah, I
Cowboy James, the one from California.
Gotcha. Yeah, when I left A to Z, I started a new channel, and it's been going well, man. Appreciate you guys.
It's cool though. I like it.
Thank
I like
you.
the way it looks, man. I like the way it's rolling. I like how you did that stuff today. But I just got a couple of quick points. I'll make it quick in case there is anybody else that wants to get in here too. On your grill, man, it was cool because before you popped it up, I said, yeah, you know, Pickens is definitely at the grill, that he was at the grill. And you probably could have put Jackson in there too, right next to the other dude, because he cooked both of them for the motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you straight like this: what we traded to get George Pickens, bro, was like taking candy from a baby. I mean, it's just it can't get any more real than that. Because I'll tell you one thing that I'm starting to buy into is the Schottenheimer. You can't win a game in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I already had given up. I'll be the first one to tell you. You can't win the game in the second quarter. You can't win it in the third quarter, but you can make a difference in the fourth quarter if you did that. And I'll tell you what. The last thing I'm going to say, I'm going to ask you a question. Now, this is my personal opinion. I just think maybe we can kind of look at it as I think we've turned a huge corner on defense. Somebody, Toxic Tom, I think, made a point I was going to make. Great point. I don't think we need to worry about that a situation. I heard we should probably, and I agree, this was from someone else some other day, that we should use those picks and go out and get another end to complement Ezraku, and then you use the other one maybe for somewhere else. I mean, what do you think about that?
100%. If you're able to use one of those picks to go get a dude, and I would love for it to be, and it doesn't even have to be that, though. It could be any of those positions that you're going to need next year. I'm all for it. And you, James, you know this. You've been following me for years. I've always been about being aggressive, getting bona fide dudes, being aggressive, using those picks to do so, or being creative to be able to get multiple picks in that way. So, yeah, I'm definitely down for that. Well, again, it's a conversation we'll obviously have in the offseason, but yeah, continue to build this defense in that manner. If you want to speed up the process defensively, that is the way to do it. The blueprint is there. You go look at how Philly, go look at in years past, and even not even just years past, but I think we saw it now. Granted, Bill Belichick is Bill Belichick, but Bill Belichick did it. Then the Rams did it. The Bengals did it as well, but they did it more so free agency when they went to the Super Bowl. That was a top 10 defense, by the way, a really good defense. The Bucks did it. Like, the blueprint is there in today's modern game. Defense still wins championships, but unless you're willing to go the long haul, right? Like the Legion of Boom drafted their guys between 2010 and 2011 or something like that. It took them to year 3 to kind of become the Legion of Boom, right? And click in. But even then, they brought in a Michael Bennett and Cliff Avrils or what have you like that. So you still need to be aggressive in free agency and in trades to speed up the process, I think, to make a dominant defense. It can't be all draft and develop, especially when you've been horrible at drafting and developing on defense the last half decade. Outside of Michael Parsons, that's the only consistent all-pro force you've drafted. Yes, they had a Trayvon Diggs. Hasn't been a consistent all-pro force. Deron Bland hasn't been a consistent all-pro force. You've only drafted one dude that's been that consistent. When your history is shown you can't do that, you need to go use the other avenues of team building. And hopefully, seeing that the return they're getting so far on Q gives them that kind of catalytic feeling to say, you know what, let's go do it again.
Yeah. And one last thing I was going to say real quick, this was my last point, and that is it going to be too hard for a lot of us to give Jerry Jones a little credit for going and picking up George Pickens? Because, I mean, without Pickens, man, I don't even think we win a lot of those games. Even the Raider game, maybe not.
No. You obviously have to give them credit for that, right? For me, I bring context to the I bring context to the situation. That sounds like it's just a dose of reality, but within that reality, there obviously is credit, right? Here's the reality. The reality is you flubbed up. You realize that you did need another receiver. This happened before, and you didn't get it during the previous year. You didn't get it in free agency. You didn't get it in a draft. So you flubbed up, right? How do you respond? That's where the credit comes to me. They responded by not just saying, well, we'll just believe in our 4th round pick we gave up for Mingo. Well, we'll believe in Jalen Tolbert. We'll believe in whomever. They said, no, we're going to go out and get Pickens. And they went out and got Pickens. So, yeah, you got to give them credit within the context of how we got there. But, again, I said it before. I don't care if they drunkenly stumble into a George Pickens. The fact that you did it, I'm going to go ahead and be happy about it.
Exactly. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to get on up out of here. It takes there's time for anybody else, man. Sky, again, I love the new platform, the new look.
Thank you, man.
Let's go into Thanksgiving Day and let's win.
Boy, we ain't beat the Chiefs in a minute, but boy, we beat. I think it was 2000. I think it was a Tony Romo comeback game not comeback game, but when he came back to Dallas as the tribute video thing or whatever. I think they beat the Alex Smith-led Chiefs. That was the last time they beat them. So let's get this dub.
Yes, sir. All right.
Appreciate you, James.
Take care.
All right. Let's keep this thing moving. We're going to talk to Twan from Connecticut. What's up with you, Twan? Whoa. Let me pull you down a little bit here. All right. What's up, man?
Die, Eagles, die, Sky. Today, we are going to enjoy this Victory Monday. Like you said a couple weeks ago, we are going to take this slow, and we are going to take it 1 week at a time, Sky. 1 week at a time.
100%.
Now, I seen what the Cowboys fan base was doing probably about last week, 2 weeks ago when CD came back, saying is George Pickens the one, the CD got to take a back seat. I didn't like that, Sky, at all. But now, Pickens is the number one. Forget about it, CD. Forget about it. You know why he's the number one? Because you're not taking accountability for your fuck-ups. Sky, I don't know if you peeped. CD blamed Dak twice for his F-ups. Am I right or am I wrong?
That's what it came across as. Well, at least I saw on Twitter. I don't know what he said on the sideline, but the whole throwing the hands in the air, saying "Put it up here, brother." He put it in your belly. It was right there. What he put
in the bread basket?
The hell you crying about? Catch the damn ball.
Basket.
And then when he did put it up there a couple times in the game, he dropped it. So I'm not hearing none of that, CD. Just play better, big dog. Like, look, I don't know for other people, but I'm not giving up on you or anything like that. But we gotta call a spade a spade. You played like shit, and then when you tried to make up for it, you made up for it. And it's like, yes, you made a big catch. But then you dropped the ball again at the end. So, CD, you just got to get out your head, big dog. Just play better. Stop blaming everybody else.
Now, I know we got a lot of calls on it. Let me hurry up and get through this.
Oh, you good.
Let's give props to Jerry. For doing what he did by going to get Couldnt. Because, Sky, this is a new damn defense. I want to cuss, but I don't want to get you demonetized.
We already
This is a new
there.
defense. And the reason why I say this is a new defense is because, yes, last week was the Raiders. This week was the Eagles. This was the test, the standard. This is a whole new defense that you have. And we are walking into a new Cowboys team for the rest of the year. And low-key, before I go, Shotty better stop getting too cute, Sky.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Because if we would have lost, it would have been because of Shotty. And I'm about to explain to you why. Because when we got that fumble, and you were supposed to kick the field goal, and you chose to throw the ball 3 times when you should have ran it 3 times and just so quote unquote smash mouth football. You were supposed to run that ball 3 times. To be honest with you, straight up.
Yeah.
But we won the game, and I feel good about Thursday. Patrick Mahomes ain't the same Patrick Mahomes. That line is kaput, Sky. Patrick Mahomes' line is kaput. We have a chance to go on the run. How about them Cowboys? That's all I got for your show, Sky.
My man, appreciate you. Yeah, y'all know what I said about Shotty. Come here, man. Get your ass over here, big dog. What you doing down there, man? What you doing? And it wasn't just that drive. There was some other moments throughout that game where just like, hey, man. But also, once again, CD catch the damn ball. I don't like the running back handoff or the wide receiver handoff thing. The way they do it, like, what are we doing? Get him outside while we're handing it off to him like a running back, and he's only 150 pounds. But hey, don't trip over your feet and fumble the ball either. So hopefully he learns from these mistakes. But I do like the thought. Now this is an off-season question, or thought. Maybe, just maybe, see what Clayton Adams got. Because I tell you one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. Clayton Adams running the ball inside the 5-yard line every single time. Maybe 3rd and whatever, sure. But he gonna give the run game a shot. And for me, I if you've been watching the show since we hired Shotty, I prepared the fan base for him being a guy that likes to throw the ball. He just never was in a position where he was the dude to have the final say in doing so. He always was with a defensive coordinator who said, no, we're going to run the ball and play defense. So Shotty acquiesced. The time he tried to spread his wings, him and Pete Carroll got into it. He loves Pete. He respects Pete. He credits Pete for a lot of who he is as a coach. But that doesn't mean you're not going to have confrontation. And one of the confrontations was Pete wants to run the ball on 1st and 2nd down and throw it. And Shotty's like, yo, let's spread this thing a little bit here, man. Look, we got Russ cooking. And they had a falling out after a playoff game, and he fired him. The evidence is there, man. All right, we got 757, then 567 to close this thing out. What's up, 757?
What's up, Scott?
Good morning.
This is Marcus. What's up, man? This is Marcus. Marcus with a K straight out of Japan, dog.
Oh, hey, this is Japan Marcus in the building. Holla, you talking to us at like 3 in the morning over there. So the next day.
Yeah, well, hold on. It's 12:57 on a Tuesday. So look, me and my girl, man, we about to fly into Dallas tomorrow. We're gonna go check out the Kansas City game, man.
Oh, that's what's up. Man, I wish I was down
there. Yeah. Just want to reach out to you, man. Say what's up, man.
Thank you, bro.
Got love a win against Philly, man. Can't stand them Eagles, man. Love what you do, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Love the do-rag.
Oh, you know that was coming out after that Philly dub. You knew that was coming out. I had that energy for 3 hours last night or yesterday.
Hey, look, man, the sweatshirt is fire, son. Sweatshirt fire.
Oh, appreciate it. It's my favorite one.
Yeah,
actually, I'm about to turn this into my victory hoodie. That's what I'm about to turn it into. Hey, shout out to my guy Toxic Tom, because when you call from the future, right? Like we know you back to the future. So,
yeah.
So Toxic said, Toxic said, hey dog, who won the Monday Night Football game? we try to get rich over here. We try to put these FanDuel bets in and DraftKings bets. Who won Monday night? Let us know.
Hey, bro, we need to stay connected on that. We need to get connected. We need to stay connected on that, right?
Facts. Oh, did I say
look,
FanDuel? My bad. I meant sleeper, y'all. Sleeper bets. But go ahead.
Okay, but I ain't had nothing, man. I was just saying, man. Look. Shout out to Jerry. Shout out for Jerry for getting us that one tech and getting us a linebacker.
Yeah.
Now we need another edge. We need another edge and sign George Pickens. And hey, look, Dak Prescott. I always say Dak Prescott is the man, son.
Yeah.
Sign got back on George Pickens. Sign George Pickens. I love CD. He all right. He gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. Yes, sir. And also love all them cats, man. Love all them cats. Love you too, Sky.
Man, much love, Marcus. I got Marcus from Japan calling in. Appreciate you, big dog. Cool, he gonna be over here. So, hey, Cowboys Nation, make sure y'all show Marcus from Japan some love if you see him out there at the stadium on Thursday. I'm gonna get to these supers in a second because I actually agree with the one. But what a game. What a game. All right, let's close the phone lines out with 567. You are live. What's up?
Hey, what else, guys? What's going on? Celebrate this big win. I hate the Eagles much as I hate Michigan. Listen, I can go lose 4 games, but I cannot lose to the Eagles.
Cannot. And look, to keep it a bean, we should have swept them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We should have swept them, but yeah.
But you got to give a shout out to that defensive line. Not only did everybody want to think about sacks, but they kept him in the pocket. They made him throw from a spot that he do not like throwing from. That they kept him in the pocket. He only beat us because he ran the ball last time. That was it.
And he was getting off a little bit on the ground this time again, and I was getting a little worried. But I thought they were a lot more disciplined in the back half of that game.
Yes. I mean, but then with design runs, the first time he was just getting out the pocket and just running up the field.
Yeah.
But a couple of points I want to make.
Okay.
If we want to keep Clayton, I'm with you. Make him an offensive coordinator. Make him an offensive coordinator, and we keep him.
So
you know what I'm saying?
So Clayton Adams is the offensive coordinator. He just doesn't call the plays right now.
Yeah, that's what we need him to do.
Yeah, I think it's
because Shotty is a hell of a coach.
Yeah, I like him as a coach.
And I think, man, and then he can spread his wings a little bit more. With him having to focus on the offense so much, it takes from him. Because to me, he's making Ibrauss a better defensive coordinator. No cap. I believe he's having an effect on East. He's not there yet. Don't get me wrong. I don't like East, but at the same time, he's getting better. His play calling and scheming is getting better, and I think Shotty playing a part in that.
You get some dudes too, right? Like when the Cowboys went out and got Logan Wilson and Quentin Williams, I think immediately, automatically, I thought this defense will improve in the second half. And then you get Agent Zero back, Savon Ravel. You got an influx in talent. There really is no excuse, in my opinion, for this defense not to improve, and they have improved. So let's keep this thing going.
Yes, well, I love Agent Zero getting out there, stopping Barkley right where you stand. Catch the ball, go nowhere.
Yeah, he had a couple tackles where it was like exactly as you said. Whoever caught the ball or ran the ball, whenever he met them, that's where it was. There was no falling forward, moving forward. That's all. He put a whole little, hey, Jerry, I respect you. I like you. I've always liked you, man. He basically doing the inverse of tampering. Like, can players tamper? Let's talk about that. Crosby tampering. So go give him his wish. That's all I'm saying. Go give him his wish.
I was saying.
Uh-oh. They said they got me.
The hell with them first 2 rounds. Crosby.
Hold on. Somebody said they got me?
Huh?
They saying the stream dropped. My bad. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Is the stream dropped?
I think he's still on my team.
Yeah, I'm good. But hey, appreciate the call. I think we good. I don't know what happened right there, but we should be straight. It says I'm back now. All right. But yeah, let me go ahead and wrap this show up. YouTube trying to get me, so let me just go ahead.
Okay. All right.
All right, man.
Go Cowboys.
Yeah, go Cowboys. Yeah. Hey, look. They heard me tampering, and I think they was coming for me there, man. I'll tamper. That's why I said, look, you couldn't have me in the league. They'd be finding me all the time. I'm calling all my undercovers. You know, hey man, go holler at Crosby and his agent. Go talk to Quentin. Go talk to whomever. We trying to get all of them over here. Said it did for a second. We good. All right. Hey, appreciate the phone calls. Let's continue to pay a little bit of bills here. We'll get to the super chat to talk to y'all on the way out. Our Pulse of the Nation, of course, is presented by our good friends over at Morgan & Morgan. Have you fallen and gotten injured at work? You should probably call a lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Morgan. Did you know that your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $25 billion for their clients.
$25 billion? That's a hell of a lot of money.
If the insurance companies tried to lowball you, Morgan & Morgan is able to take the pain and suffering and turn it into cold, hard cash. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan going to cost you? You never owe them legal fees unless they're successful.
That's right. You don't owe unless you win.
And if you don't know how to hire a lawyer and it sounds too hard, it's actually super easy. You can just go to their website, and then in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. You can literally do it from your smartphone. And remember, there's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Wait, there's more than one because, let me see the script. Oh, last name. Oh, okay, roll it.
You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Skywalker. The link in the description. Shouts out to Morgan & Morgan, man. If you need any legal help, they got you covered. And I know there are a lot of Eagle fans who might need some legal help after that loss yesterday. So, hey, look, man, we ain't all bad over here. We'll help you out. Hit up Morgan & Morgan. All right, let's get to these super chats, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all showed a lot of love today.
Super chat.
We got Towboat. Yep, Towboat Ties. Been a minute, man. Shouts out to you. Drop 2 and said, minor setback for a major comeback. Let's go. What a historical comeback. And there's a lot of narratives about the Cowboys that are just true. It just is what it is. And one of them is when have you seen the Cowboys down this much and come back and win? You haven't. The last time you saw it was 2014. I remember exactly where I was at in that Rams game, by the way. I was in Pittsburgh, and I was doing a lot of running around, trying to watch it here and there. It was a crazy situation. But that was the game where I think it was Bruce Carter had a clutch pick. Was it Austin Davis? Was the quarterback? Now everything's starting to come back to me here. Tony Romo threw a pick 6 early in the game. Then Dez, dunks on, was it Janoris Jenkins? It was just a fun comeback game. I remember that one. But 20 down 21. It says versus Atlanta 2020. I thought I saw a stat that said the Cowboys have done it 3 times, and it was the last time was 2014. I don't know if they were down 21 in that game. I don't know. I know what it said though. But I remember that game though. Hey, Anthony, thank you. I saw shouts out to Anthony Kozar. And I called you the wrong name on the collective. Anthony Kozar, shouts out to him. He came up with a great name we used to do boots on the ground for Brunt. We've changed it to Brunts on the ground for our sponsor on the collective. Y'all don't want to miss the collective tomorrow, but appreciate you. Anthony, I'll make sure I show you some love on the show tomorrow. Hey, man, shouts out. Vach sent y'all. Shouts out to brother Vach, man. We was going crazy yesterday too. We was going crazy. The show's almost over, but appreciate y'all for giving me the engagement there. Yes, Mo Claiborne. That was a Mo Claiborne game, Oscar. Mr. Jab dropped 5.
Super chat.
He said, hey, Sky, Let them know yesterday's water was tasting like Captain Morgan of Morgan and Morgan and Morgan. Hey, that's a Vach bit, but it tasted beautiful. That's kind of crazy how the universe works. Vach sent y'all over the raid, and Mr. Jab brings up a Vach bit. Crazy. Appreciate the $5 super chat. King Element.
Super chat.
Always good to see an OG. A lot of y'all wasn't around for the Vosh and Barty live shows with me and him. I mean, classic times. Classic times. King Element was a very important piece of that, in my opinion. He dropped 10 and said, "What's good, Sky? Very optimistic about this defense. I know the consensus was that we just needed them to be mid, but do you think it's possible they can be even better than that?" Better, above average. I'll go above average. Sure. I'm not ready to go elite. I'm not ready to go top 10. But I said this with 2i on the show last week, or I think it was last week or what have you. If this team makes the playoffs, to me, it's because your defense performed like an elite defense to end the year. Not that it is an elite defense, but you perform like the worst defense in the franchise history, the first 8 games or whatever. And then you perform like one of the best defenses in the league, and that maybe takes you from 32 to 22. Might look like, oh, the 22 ranked defense, yeah, but they play like a top 10 unit to end the league or end the year. So can it be above average? I think it can if the secondary can be consistent, for sure. My question, once they got Logan and Quentin, I had no questions about this front seven. I get the edge rushers may run into some trouble in regards to consistency, but you got an interior presence that is just too damn good. So I don't think for 4 quarters that a guy like Izaraku or Clowney or Fowler, I think they'll be able to find an opportunity. And that happened in that game. It wasn't an Izaraku game in the pass rush, and that's tough because he's going up against a guy that's pretty tough on that left side. But you saw the veteran in Fowler create 2 big plays in that game. One was a rush against Maliata to get the pressure and force an incompletion. The other one beat Fred Johnson, I think is his name. And I mean, Fred just smacked him in the face, hands to the face, 10-yard penalty, back him up, drive killer type thing. So that's what you want to see when you are going to get a bunch of one-on-ones. So, but to answer your question, yeah, I think it could be an above average defense to finish this thing out. How much better than that will depend on the back seven. We'll see what Kalen Carson with the injuries. He got beat on the deep ball there. And it's funny because on the collective, I said, hey, man, I know this is crazy, but I would put Savon Ravel on him because I think he has better speed, long speed, and more range, better ball skills. And one of the things that we saw Carson struggle with, not just in college or last year, granted injuries, whatever, but in college, deep speed. He struggles with long speed and doesn't have ball skills that are, deep down the field. That's always been on tape. But I thought Revel could do those things. And you saw him give up. That's not to knock Carson. I think he's had a fantastic start to the season. But you saw that play. But if you can get a little bit better, more consistent secondary play the rest of this year, well, then the sky's the limit. You got a better front seven. The secondary just has to find its footing of consistency. Good question, though. Josh Branch.
Super chat.
Shout out to you. Dropped 5 and said, the way we used our timeouts on the last possession. Hey, thank you, Josh. The way we used our timeouts on the last possession felt weird. I said the same thing. Look, my son is 8 years old. He's still learning the game. I love teaching him the game. Yes. He's a very smart kid. He asks a lot of questions and things. And he couldn't for the life of me understand why I was annoyed that we were calling timeouts and stuff, so I had to explain to him. But, yeah, I didn't understand it either. I'm like, dog, why are we giving them a chance or what have you? But being a bit nitpicky, it worked out in the Cowboys' favor or whatever. But I do think that's another thing that maybe if you take the play calling off of his plate, he'll be a little better in that, because I do think he's been a bit wonky throughout this year in his timeouts. I think it was Jeff who was saying this on DLS about Shotty and his timeouts. Seems minuscule, seems like nothing, But there's times where it's like, hey, would I come back and bite you in the ass? And sometimes it's like, damn, been nice to have a timeout right there. But we didn't need the timeouts there. It was just weird sequencing and using them. Very strange. Devlin said a knee, then a spike. Yeah, the knee was to drain the clock, and then the spike was to stop the clock at 3 seconds. But if you had the time, yeah, just a weird sequence. Towboat Ty dropped another 5
super chat
bars. He said, maybe Matt's defensive scheme works better when they're getting pressure on the quarterback. This defense looks so much better than the pre-bot. Well, it works better when you got dudes. Funny how that works, huh? This, I said it here a bunch of times, but I've said it in a lot of places. This is not a coordinator that is multiple, that is creative, that is going to take lemon and make lemonade out of it. That's not him. It's never been him. You go look at his history in Indianapolis and in Chicago. He's good when he got dudes. I did a documentary on both sides of the ball. And the one I did about Flus, if you go listen to the end, say it right there. Now you have to go get him dudes. You got the defensive coordinator that they wanted. That's probably not going to get a head coaching job that you going into the season you were hoping would maintain some consistency for the next couple of years, so you're not snapping. Now, I ain't gonna lie. The way this whole thing started, and even right now, I'm not ready to just let him off the hook. I'm like, all right, well, we're going to have to find another defensive coordinator. But that was prior to getting the dudes, and that's hopefully we have a good end to the season. Now you're getting dudes. There's only so many defensive minds that can take average to below average players and elevate them. There's not many. And even in that, you still need other guys. This scheme is not a scheme that is going to trick people. It's not a scheme that's creative. It's almost the defensive version of what Jason Garrett was during his tenure, which is if we got horses, we'll play. When we lose those horses, we'll look suspect. And the Cowboys didn't have enough horses. They gave up horses and didn't get enough back in return. You got some horses. Continue to give them dudes. This isn't my favorite type of scheme. I prefer, more aggressive type. But if this is what we're going to have for the next number of years, then you have to give him the pieces, man. He's not going to just take chicken shit and make it chicken. You got to give him the pieces. So that'll be up to the front office to continue to do that. D-Shift dropped
super chat
2 and said, add GP to the list of receivers. Dak done got paid. I mean, dude is a beast in general. But yeah. You definitely got to credit that. Because if he stayed in Pittsburgh and was dealing with that situation, well, Aaron Rodgers is a bit different. But if he did not come here and have the season he's having, he'd probably be a $20-some million wide receiver. He's 100% getting wide receiver one money. You may not like it, Cowboy fans, some of y'all, but that's happening. Pay that man his money, period. I know how I feel. We in the window. Money don't matter. Don't let any of these Fugazi fans try to make it seem like it does. The money don't matter. Them picks, none of that matters. Now, if you keep the picks, obviously, they will matter. But you got a 2 to 3 year window. Push the damn chips to the middle. And if it fails, at least you can say, damn it, we went for the gusto. And now let's rebuild. But this whole hanging around the rim and, man, well, we got a pie and we're going to draft and develop. All right. Just keep watching the league pass you by. And then shouts out to staying on the George Pickens train here. Trayvon Williams dropped a 50-piece.
Super chat.
Appreciate you, Trayvon. He says, stop making this us versus us. But I couldn't agree more here. You've got CD and GP on the same team. I don't care who's better. We got both. The kid wears 88 for a reason, and he will prove it again before the season ends. How about them Cowboys? This is something I've been screaming since this conversation has kind of been brought up. And look, if you want to have a nuanced conversation of who should be the lead, that's fine. That's fair. I think that's 100% fair because George Pickens is playing like the best receiver in football. So that's fair. But there are way too many fans, in my opinion, going way too far left with this situation. And I said this before. I don't think we know how to handle good things. I think we are conditioned over the years to do us versus us. We haven't had a lot of success in 30 years. You know what I mean? And we're a very combative, frustrated fan base. And a lot of the times we take it out, in my opinion, on the wrong things. Now, being critical of a player is totally different than pitting them against each other like we love to do here. I've been saying it from the rip. I don't know how I can look at this and do some type of versus. I don't give a damn. We got both. Do you want to go back to the situation? And there are some fans who are saying trade CeeDee Lamb, get rid of CeeDee Lamb, which is mind-boggling to me. Why would you want to go back to having just one guy and other dudes who aren't as good? And you can take away that one guy from time to time. Or if he doesn't have a good game, you don't have another dude to step up. This is beautiful, man. And I will not let the in-house fighting or potential or the trying of dividing us in-house, I will not let that deter me from the fact that we got George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb on the same damn team. Won't do it. So I'm with you, Trayvon. CeeDee Lamb would be fine. You know what I mean? He's in his head right now. He's having some drop problems and things like that. He's still got to work on his damn body language and things like that. But I'd much rather have this man than not have this man with the George Pickens. So I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Now, I'll let everybody else fight. I damn sure ain't about to try to pit these dudes. And then the beautiful thing is they root for each other. There is no jealousy. There is no, remember when T.O. and old boy, I know it's not receiver, but remember when Jonathan McNabb and T.O. were going at it and things like that, and T.O. got here and was like, man, I ain't drawing up plays for Jason Witten. So you had Jason Witten, who was the number one target, and T.O. and fighting. It ain't none of that. It ain't none of that going on. Why the hell are we trying to start it? I can see if this was Jalen Tolbert or something out there, or who's a mid guy we've had lately. I don't know, but I can see if that was the case. That ain't the case. We're talking about a former All-Pro receiver who's just not at the top of his game right now mentally. Be all right, man. Relax. Be all right. And that's it. Let me refresh one more time. There we go. Hey, fantastic Victory Monday right here. Fantastic Victory Monday. We got a quick turnaround. So I might, what's tomorrow, Tuesday? You might catch me and 2I early this week because the Cowboys play on Thanksgiving, and y'all know Thanksgiving, I like to be with the fan for the first time in many years. I haven't been able to do the Thanksgiving thing because of A to Z, working on Thanksgiving. So you might not see me on Thanksgiving, so you might see me the next couple of days. If not live, definitely with content. I'm going to be breaking down some plays later today. We'll drop it on the channel, and definitely be back Wednesday live. That's for sure, and probably Friday as well. So appreciate you guys. Good stuff today. All the calls were fire. The chat, y'all always hold it down. Appreciate the super chats. Y'all are the absolute best. Shouts out to Sleeper, Cornbread Hemp, Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring today's show. Let me go ahead and press the button.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
Let all them Philly fans know. Y'all can't with the police. Got it. Oh, yes, that has been the argument. Trust and believe me. Trust and believe me. You got many Cowboy fans saying Pickens versus Lamb. It's ridiculous. Hey, Boski, we working on something, man. We'll get Vox and Sky show back popping.